I wasn't even watching the time.
I was not either.
We welcome you to the Falcons' Nest for boys volleyball as the Pennsbury Falcons, you're undefeated. 7-0 Pennsbury Falcons host the undefeated 8-0 Neshaminy Redskins. As the teams shake hands in front of the net as we are just about ready to go here from Pennsbury High School. We want to thank our sponsors for their continued support. The Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toter with Mr. Stimus behind the computer. Pennsbury coming in 7-0. They are ranked 10th in the state of Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Neshaminy 8-0. So a heavy-hitting SOL National League matchup here at the Falcons' Nest.
Yeah, this is a big game for both teams. You know, looking at both of their records being undefeated, this will be a big game for both of their seasons. You know, Pennsbury coming off a great year last year, and looking to keep it going this year against a really good Neshaminy team.
Starting for the Falcons, number 22, Lucas Riccardi, the libero in Braden Danbury, along with Declan Cavanaugh, number 11, Andrew Faust, number 9, Kieran Shaw, who recorded assist number 1,000 our last stream, number 1, Colton Fee, as well. As we are underway here, is Neshaminy with the opening serve and the opening point. It's an early start for Eli Sagalev. As bear with us, Neshaminy, they got some not so easy names. So bear with us. Here's the serve from Sagalev, and it's another ace for El Sagalev. Early start here for Neshaminy.
Yeah, 2 quick points for Neshaminy here to go on the board early and get a quick lead against Pennsbury. We'll see how they can bounce back here.
Sagalev lines back. His serve is bumped by Danbury. Here's one over to Declan Cavanaugh, but too much on the punch, and it's another point for Neshaminy. Interesting coming into this game for Neshaminy. Beck Beishabach injured prior to this game. You see his neck is all bandaged up. He was kind of stretching out in warm-ups, wasn't initially dressed. There's one out of bounds. Point for Pennsbury, and he's in there rocking number 9 in that libero jersey, and he's the X factor for this Neshaminy team, and pretty impressive he's going today. As here is the serve from Andrew Faust, which goes off the top of the net and drops in for the ace.
Yeah, good serve there. Able to get it over the net, you know, get the point for Pennsbury to bring them back within 1.
Some luck for Faust and the Falcons, as here's his second serve. Bumped over, and that was Nurse Kayerbavak off the hands of Riccardi, and no return for Pennsbury.
Some tough names we're pronouncing here.
Yeah, bear with us. Here's Viraj Amin. Fee with the send over. That one goes off the ceiling. Sent back over. Nice dig by Danbury off the Erkenbach, and there's a point for Pennsbury. Falcons getting back into this one, 4-3.
Yeah, Falcons making some good plays here, getting some points early.
Here's junior Colton Fee, starting for the first time this season. Over hard spike, and a nice dig by Danbury, but too much velocity off the spike from Nurse Kayerbach. Really nothing you can do if you're Danbury. Danbury leading the team in digs this season. Here's the serve over from Beisbach. That one got sent over off the back of a Neshaminy player. Pennsbury sent it right back over. Another dig for Neshaminy, stays over, and too much from Fee on the send-over. Frustrated with himself after that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. That was a good set there, and point goes into Neshaminy.
Another serve from, we're going to go, Beisbach said, call me Beck before the game. So we're going with Beck the rest of the game. That one off of Danbury and far out of bounds, at another point for Neshaminy. It's 7-3. First set slipping away from the Falcons, 3 straight points for Neshaminy.
Yeah, tough start here for Pennsbury, looking to bounce back.
Beck's serve is out of bounds. Yeah, I went over there looking for the roster, and Beck came up to me. He said, yeah, we got some tough names. Just call me Beck. I was like,
all right.
All right.
Makes it easier for us.
Here's Daglin Kavanaugh, the senior. Sends it over. That one near the beam. Left hand. Nice dig by Danbury, but Arlan Zarasov gets the best of him.
Yeah, great effort there by Danbury to lead the one out, but unfortunately not able to get the point for Pennsbury.
Danbury getting so unlucky. He's had some hard spikes go at him that's just bouncing the wrong way, and that one a nice play, but unable to get the point. There's a send over from Fee that goes off the hands of Raj Amin, and it's a point for the Falcons as Danbury subs out, and in comes Faust. Pennsbury gets their first point. Neshaminy had 4 unanswered. Pennsbury back on the board.
Yeah, Pennsbury needs to start to make a run here to be able to get back in this set.
Here's Billy Kavanaugh. Billy Kavanaugh leads the team in blocks and is second in kills, but they're going to give that one to Neshaminy. (9-5) the score. Danbury back in the game. And here is Nursalam Unkabov. There's a send over, but out of bounds. Falcons' troubles continue here. 10-5 is the score. And Neshaminy, yes, they've had a lot of velocity on some of these spikes, but Pennsbury either a little too much on some send-overs or just getting unlucky. That's one that got lost in the ceiling, but Pennsbury was able to get it back. There's a nice tip in front. Amin was able to send it over. Riccardi returns it. Amin blocked. Kieran Shaw with the rejection.
Yeah, good point there for Pennsbury, able to stop that Neshaminy run right there and able to get back in this one. Only down by 4 now.
Shaw serves now. That one goes off the beam for Beck. Sent over by Sagalev, excuse me. Riccardi tried to back set, but too much spin on it. And it's a kill for the Neshaminy. We're going to have a repair right in front of us on the referee stand. 11-6 your score. You're watching live on the Pennsbury Athletics YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You don't miss any of our Pennsbury coverage. We'll be here throughout the spring. We got girls lacrosse coming up. There's a hard spike from McCarty. A nice dig from Erkenbob. That one flying towards us. Off the hands of Daglin Kavanaugh. I didn't know where I was throwing that one to, or who that was going to, but got it over there. Here's Thomas. Here's Thomas Nice with a nice serve. Fee on the far side gets it dinked in front. It was dink over, but initially blocked by Max Curry. But Pennsbury gets the point there as it falls in front.
Seems like whenever Neshaminy goes on like a 4 or 5 point run, Pennsbury always gets a point back. And we'll see if they can start to build up a...
Riccardi with his high serve, and it's another ace for Lucas Riccardi. He leads this team in kills and aces.
Yeah, Lucas Riccardi, a really good player, committed to a good school for volleyball.
Yeah, Riccardi committed to Juniata College, which is where he will play next season. And too much on that one. Yeah, last time we were here, Riccardi had 3 straight aces.
Wow.
It was pretty impressive. Here's another really high velocity serve from Neshaminy. That one goes off the ceiling, and Neshaminy kind of knocking Pennsbury with a beam celebration of their own.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
1-0 beam.
Beam is a little low, but nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, you got the beam on the Neshaminy side that highly favors Pennsbury, but you got kind of another low-hanging part of the ceiling on the Pennsbury side. It's a miscommunication there between Konyerbach and Beck. Gets Pennsbury a point. As in comes Billy Cavanaugh for Brandon Danbury. Here's Faustus serve from the far side. Send over, that was off the hand of Konyerbach. Curry, spike, and it's a perfectly placed one right under the hands of Kieran Shaw. Neshaminy now up 15-9.
Pennsbury needs to go on a run here to get back in this one. This is a tough set for them.
Pennsbury is coming off a 3-0 victory over Ben Salem last week. Here's a setup for Cavanaugh. That goes off some hands in front and lands for a Pennsbury point. Yeah, sweep from Ben Salem, another sweep earlier in the week. And now they run into their toughest opponent yet, having some trouble, but get the point there. 15-10 is the score, and here is Colton Fee. Yes, he is the son of head coach Justin Fees. There's a back set by Beck that's able to be returned by Erkenbob. Here's Cavanaugh, a little dinker, nicely placed, but a nice dive out from Amin. Cardi, nice bump. Cavanaugh sends it over. Hard spike in front off the hands of Cavanaugh and Shaw, and it's a point. A nice kill from Erkenbob.
Yeah, it seems like anytime Pennsbury's able to get something good to happen, Neshaminy just comes back with another point.
They're able to answer quickly as there's a serve from Beck into the net. It's a blackout here at the Falcons' Nest this afternoon. That's why you see some students rocking some black. It's always a blackout against the Neshaminy. All the sports.
Every sport, tradition.
Block in front by Billy Cavanaugh.
That's a big point there to be able to bring Pennsbury within 4 now.
Pennsbury's leader in blocks. He's got a few of them already this afternoon, and a big one there to make this a 16-12 game. Hard spike, but Fee, thankfully, with the swing and miss on the out-of-bounds spike. Pennsbury crawling back into this one as here's Cavanaugh now with the serve. Spike, Fee, they went right into Fee. Off of, that was a kill from Arlen Zarasov. And nothing Fee could do about that one, just got his arms out there and not the luckiest. High spiraling, and it's a block. Nice block from Zarasov on a tough opponent and Lucas Riccardi.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of guts to get in front of a hard spike from Riccardi, and a timeout called by Coach Fee with the score of 18-13.
Yeah, it looked like Pennsbury was, starting to claw back there, but unfortunately, Neshaminy just keeps pushing on and keeps getting those points back that Pennsbury gets.
Two undefeated teams. Neshaminy looking like it here early in this one. 8-0 on the season. Coming into the Falcons' Nest, Pennsbury 10th. Neshaminy, they haven't gotten the respect they deserve from the PA volleyball coaches poll. Pennsbury, of course, undefeated with loads of talent, ranked 10th in their latest poll, 9th earlier this year, but Neshaminy not ranked.
Unranked, really.
Or an unnotable rank is what I really should be saying. But they have a big chance to prove themselves here this afternoon. Here's Riccardi with the spike, another block in front, and Kavanaugh had to try to save it, but couldn't. Back-to-back blocks for Neshaminy on Lucas Riccardi.
Yeah, 6-point lead here for Neshaminy.
High set, too much from Kieran Shaw. 2013, not the year, the score. Pennsbury's unluckiness continues here in set number one. Shaw just sends it over safely. Tipped in front, Shaw, Danbury, Riccardi. Blocked in front again. Riccardi able to save it. Shaw back to Riccardi. This one gets over the wall, but is saved by Neshaminy. There's a block from Kieran Shaw. Shaw gets the kill on the monster block.
Yeah, Kieran Shaw, big hit at 6'6". Tough to get it over him there. Not much you can do about that one.
Kieran Shaw committed to Merrimack College next season. Here's Billy Kavanaugh, committed to Springfield College. That one's placed perfectly in the Bermuda Triangle, no man's land. And Neshaminy with the kill. Erkenbov now. Lots of spin on it. Gets the serve tipped off the top of the net. Here's Riccardi. Blocked again. But it's a penalty on El Sagalive. And it's a point rewarded to Pennsbury. So 21-15 is the score. Sarasov with a mean shot right to Kieran Shaw. And nothing you can do in that situation. 22-15. Nope. Some subs coming in for Neshaminy. One of them is the server, number 40. It's Thomas Nice. Here's a high one that goes over the beam. Never seen that before. Curry. That one goes off the ceiling. Shaw to Faust. Nice. Hits it off the beam. And it's another kill for Nurse Kadyer Bivak. Oh, never mind. Oh. I don't know. We're pointing to both teams. I don't know what direction, but we're going to give the point to Neshaminy. 23-15. As here's the sophomore, Nice. With a nice serve. Faust dinks it over. Nice little dinker over Curry and Sagalev. (23-16). Pennsbury working their way back in this one. Here is Lucas Riccardi. Lots of spin and this serve. Off the beam, Neshaminy got to have a tough time getting this one over, and they do. Nice job by Erkenbov. Kavanaugh dinks it. Amin Erkenbov sends it back over. Faust gets the kill there.
Yeah, good point for Pennsbury there. Crawling back into this set here, you know.
Another point for Lucas Riccardi. (23-17) here in set number 1. And on the line, second ace for Riccardi. In baseball, we call that right on the block.
Yeah.
Right on the block.
Perfectly placed ace there. See if he can do it again.
Pennsbury leader in aces. Doesn't get one here. Here's Amin. This one's nice block by the Falcons.
See the Falcons starting to crawl back into this one.
Timeout called by Neshaminy. Pennsbury making their way back in this one as you're listening to the Pennsbury Athletic Network. Thank you to our sponsors, the Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, the ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy as we approach the ending of set number 1 here from the Falcons' Nest. It's a pretty good one so far. And Cal, what is Pennsbury doing right here in these last few serves to get themselves back in this?
I think Pennsbury's, got to bring some energy. Maybe get some more aces out of Riccardi here, get some blocks, but they can definitely crawl back into this one. They're going on a little run here. You just gotta keep doing what you're doing, and they're looking good. But we'll see what happens in this next serve by Lucas.
Here's Riccardi. Third straight serve for Riccardi, and it's too much. An announcer's jinx from Cal Toter.
My bad.
Gives Neshaminy a point. He's learning. Neshaminy 1 point away from sealing the deal in set number 1. Nice save from Amin. And that was Kanyabak trying to dink it in front, but Pennsbury said no. 24-19 now the score. And another stoppage of play. Unless did Neshaminy get the point?
I think Neshaminy got the point, and I think they won that set.
All right, so we're just not going to adjust the scoreboard. All right, so
I guess not.
Confusion. Yeah, this happened last time. We had some not direct pointing from the referee, keeping me unsure of what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's all right, so 25-19 is the score. Neshaminy takes set number 1. We apologize about that, but Neshaminy got the point. Pennsbury touched the net, so I'm receiving confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Pennsbury touched the net on that last one. No point for Pennsbury. It's awarded to Neshaminy. And Neshaminy wins set number 1, 25-19. Good fight from Pennsbury in the end to crawl themselves back into that set number 1, but now the Falcons look to come back from behind, which they're not so used to doing here over the past however many seasons.
Yeah. The past seasons, like last year, they won a lot of games, won the league, and that's a tough start for them. They got down early, and they just weren't able to fully get back into that one. At the end, you started to see some positive things happen, started to see some points going up on the board, but hopefully they can bounce back in the second set and get a win here to tie it up.
Some news around campus. We have some scores coming in. So for tennis, boys tennis, that is a 6-1 victory over Neshaminy for the boys tennis team, awarding them the SOL Championships. And congratulations to the boys tennis team. You can find their coverage on Pennsbury Athletics on all social media. Congratulations to them, along with flag football. Don't recall who they were playing. Was it Council Rock South?
I think it was Council
Pretty sure it was
Rock
Council Rock
South.
South.
Let me
At Council Rock
check.
South, and they got the win 37-0.
Wow,
So
that's a big win.
Pretty dominant victory from the flag football team. You can check out all Pennsbury coverage on Pennsbury Athletics on social media. And we will have streams for all the sports. I don't think we're having a tennis one, but for all the others. There's some technical problems that interfere with the tennis, but football for their first game at Falcon Field. We will be on the air, so make sure to check that out
That'll
when
be a
that
fun
comes
one.
in. I believe it's late May or early May.
They did indeed play CR South.
See, I know a thing or two.
Yeah.
I may not know how the referees are scoring points these days because we're kind of unclear about that. And they would like us to work on that. But I do know we are now underway here in set number 2. Neshaminy up 1-0 today. There's a little thinker over. Nice stuff from Sagalev.
That was a good pancake there by Braden to be able to get it to a teammate and get it over the net, but it just didn't work out for Pennsbury.
1-0. Here's Declan Cavanaugh, tips it over. Beck. That one was over. And play just kind of dies in front of the net. And it's another point for Neshaminy, the same way last set opened. It's 2-0.
Yeah, let's hope Pennsbury can bounce back here, get a point.
Oh, just in.
Wow.
Perfect placement from Sagalev.
Yeah, really good serve there. Able to place it right on the line and get the point for Neshaminy to go up 3-0 yet again.
Another ace for Neshaminy. That one goes off the top of the net. Ends up going over. Shaw Riccardi off of Beck. And it goes off the referee. And it's a point for Pennsbury on the board.
There we go, on the board. That's where you want to be.
Andrew Faust with the serve. There's Curry. Too much on the spike from Max Curry. Pennsbury makes it a 1-point game.
Pennsbury right back in it, looking to tie it up here.
Faust serves now close to us and into the net. (4-2). Amin with the serve. Spike blocked. Declan Cavanaugh. Never mind. Cavanaugh hit the net. 5-2 Neshaminy. Man, I apologize for not being able to see.
It's all right.
That one is out from Cavanaugh.
We do have like a ref blocking us. It's a little.
Yeah, we do. We are in a tough spot. If anyone from Pennsbury administration is listening, I want to build a press box at the top of the gym.
No, it's not a bad idea.
So we can see when we're doing volleyball.
Not a bad idea.
There's a spike. Nice dig from Riccardi, but it goes out of bounds. And Riccardi frustrated with himself as Neshaminy goes up 7-2.
Press boxing here for all sports.
Yeah, they got at the baseball field, they just built like this hut right over the home plate. And I'll tell you, it is a game changer. There's a hard spike from Cavanaugh. Blocked by Max Curry and goes into the net.
You don't have to sit, in that weird angle anymore.
No more next to home plate, like on the ground.
Yeah,
in the conditions. No, they're covered.
It's not fun.
It's a little tight, but it's good. It's great. We'll be utilizing that with Pennsbury Athletics. This ball's going all over the place, but Neshaminy unable to recuperate, and it's a Pennsbury point. And Lucas Riccardi getting his guys fired up. Here's Fee rocking his dad's face on his shorts, as all the Pennsbury Falcons do, and there's a Kieran Shaw kill.
So, are they bathing suits? I don't know.
So there is a rumor that they are bathing suits. I've never gotten my hand on a pair of the shorts. There's a stair that goes into the net. But when you look at them, and you look at the pocket, there's a hole in the pocket. Like, it looks like a bathing suit. And the Neshaminy, they have the same brand.
Yeah.
Because they also have custom.
I do have to say, they are some pretty cool shorts.
They are, and that's a pretty cool point for Pennsbury, is a foul on the Neshaminy. Gives Pennsbury a point.
Only a 4-point lead here for Neshaminy.
Kavanaugh sends it over. Amin is the one to receive it. Nice thinker. Perfectly placed from Erkenbach. Five-point advantage for Neshaminy. Here's Kagerbakov with the serve. High spiraling return. Riccardi serves it over. Block. Another block for Kieran Shaw.
Good point there for Pennsbury. Can't let this one slip away. You gotta stay in there. Gotta keep pushing.
The second block of the day for Kieran Shaw. Here's Orange overall captain Billy Kavanaugh. Fortunately, Orange did not come up victorious, but my black team did in Sports Night about a week ago. There's a spike. Kieran Shaw.
Tough loss for the Orange team. I think there was a little bit of controversy at the end, but you know what? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't know about controversy. All I know is about winning.
Mm-hmm.
And black team did that, as the Pennsbury Falcons will today. Here's Billy Kavanaugh into the net.
Back to a 4-point lead there for Neshaminy.
There's the junior Erkenbach. With the serve. And it's too much. And I'll give Kieran Shaw an opportunity now to cut the Neshaminy lead down. 11-8 the score. Blocked in front from Pennsbury. And kind of a weird developing play.
Yeah.
And Pennsbury able to take advantage of it.
Got it back to a 2-point game here.
Here's Kieran Shaw's serve. Up and towards the ceiling. And sent over by Erkenbach. Here's Riccardi.
That's all.
They're going to say it's in.
There we go.
Riccardi with a perfectly placed spike. We got a 1-point game.
Yeah. That was a great spike right on the line. And brings Pennsbury within 1.
Here's Shaw's serve. Amin with the send it over. Here's Riccardi off the head. That went off of Erkenbach's head. If it didn't hit his head, I think it would have been out.
Yeah.
But luck in store for Pennsbury. We are knotted up at 11.
Yeah, lucky break there for Pennsbury to get the tie game here and a timeout from Neshaminy.
Yeah, some luck for the Falcons, and you'll take whatever you can get against a good team here.
Yeah.
In Neshaminy.
100%. Take anything you can get. And, you know, try to come back here and win this set.
You're listening to the Pennsbury Athletics Network. And we would like to thank the following sponsors for their continued support. The Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, the ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Thank you to them for their continued support.
Thank you.
As here's Karen Shaw. Getting us back underway here. We're all knotted up at 11. Pennsbury has not led at all so far today until now.
There we go. There we go.
With the tip.
Big point there from Pennsbury to be able to get them in the lead, and from a really good Neshaminy team is looking really good today.
Kieran Shaw, some miscommunication between Kagerbach and Erkenbov. Ball lands Pennsbury point. They both went for it, and nobody was there to bump it back.
Yeah, 2-point lead there for Pennsbury. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Shaw's serve, that one perfectly executed by Neshaminy. Almost a blunder, but Erkenbach there to save it. Hard spike from McCarty.
Pennsbury's looking fired up. Bench is looking fired up. Team's looking fired up.
Yeah, Adrian Woodring really into it. Fellow Pennsbury athletic intern over there. 14-11 the score. Pennsbury keeps racking them up. Here's Kieran Shaw. Erkenbov, a little much, and Braden Danbury, he thought about it, and he went down, saving the point, and another timeout called by Neshaminy. It's 6 straight points for Pennsbury.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good job of Braden to lay off there and not hit it, and inevitably leading for it to go out and giving Pennsbury a 4-point lead here.
Braden Danbury, fellow Pennsbury athletic intern. We all have great minds and know what to do in any situation. And Danbury using that Pennsbury athletic mind and dropping down and not returning that ball.
Yep.
You can check out the Pennsbury athletic interns, the photography, the broadcasting, and the posts wherever you are on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and right here on the YouTube.
And coming out of the timeout here, Kieran Shaw serving once again.
Yeah, make sure to go follow us, Pennsbury Athletics, on all social media. And follow Cal Toto.
Sure, if you want to.
Here's Kieran Shaw, 15-11. Pennsbury lead, their first lead of the day. They've scored 6 straight points. And there's a block. Lucas Riccardi.
Pennsbury looks like they are on a roll here. It doesn't look like it. They are on a roll here. And, you know, a 5-point lead here now for Pennsbury. Served by Kieran.
High in the air. And a point for Pennsbury. Illegal something from Neshaminy, to be honest. Illegal from Neshaminy. Pennsbury gets the point. Falcons called it out immediately, and they got it.
Scoreboard is incorrect. Oh, there we go.
Just out on this block from Faust. And Neshaminy back on the board. Good run from Pennsbury, 8-0 run.
Yep. Pennsbury is back and serving.
Here's Thomas Nice with the nice serve. And that one's out off Andrew Faust.
Thomas Nice getting some nice points for Neshaminy.
Faust Nice sends it over. McCarty
And Pennsbury bounces right back and gets a point back.
Anyone bring a radar gun to see how the speed of that one from Lucas Riccardi?
He's got some powerful serves.
And he's got a lot of velocity behind that serve and that spike. And it falls. Looked like it was El Sagalev that went for that one.
What happened
grabbing
there?
at his hamstring.
What happened there?
He's saying he's good.
All right.
As Riccardi gets another serve. Kind of sent back over immediately. Not what they wanted to do when Andrew Faust takes advantage. 20-13 the score.
I would like to see the velocity on these serves.
An ace for Lucas Riccardi. 21-13. Riccardi is taking over here in the late portions of set number 2.
Big lead here for the Pennsbury Falcons. See if they can keep it up.
That had a lot of speed on it. It goes right back over. And Fee gets the kill.
There we go.
Dominance here from Pennsbury in the late half of this set number 2. And it's Riccardi again to serve.
9-point lead here.
What a run there from Pennsbury. Riccardi just with a little much.
A little far.
There's an ace for Neshaminy number 20, El Sagalev. And as you could say, his hamstring's okay.
Yeah. Those are tough ones to tell if they're going to go out or not.
You just got to play your cards at some points. That one's into the net. 23-15, and now Andrew Faust will look to bring this one to an end. Pennsbury 2 points away. Billy Cavanaugh.
Really good block there by Billy. And another 9-point lead for the Pennsbury, looking to close this set out and tie it up.
Falcons 1 point away. Slow clap coming from the bench. Faust just gets it over. Curry blocked in front.
There it is.
And Billy Cavanaugh ends set number 2.
There we go.
Pennsbury takes it 25-15, and we are back knotted up at 1 after 2 sets. Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Totemus steps behind the camera. We'll be back for set number 3 in just a moment. Back here from the Falcons' nest on the Pennsbury Athletics Network. What do we call it? Pennsbury Athletics Network, Pennsbury Channel, Pennsbury Athletics Channel. I like Pennsbury Athletics Network.
I like network
I
too.
think that's what I've been calling it.
Yeah.
We haven't. I'm making that official. The date is April 8th, 2025, and I'm officially declaring Pennsbury Athletics Network here on YouTube. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the broadcasts and streams. Ed Goldstein alongside Cal Toter, Mr. Stymus behind the computer, making us run, making this thing happen. Pennsbury went on a dominant run in the second half of set number 2, tying us up at 1.
Yeah, great set there from Pennsbury to be able to tie it up, and a few 9-point leads there, and looks like we're gonna get started here in a few moments. Pennsbury's vibes are high right now. Neshaminy looking to get the lead.
Neshaminy won set number 1, 25-19. Pennsbury took the second round, 25-15, and we're at least playing 4 here today. Is for the first time so far, Pennsbury is going to start with a lead.
There you go.
Andrew Faust starts it off for Pennsbury, and that's a back set that goes nowhere, and it's a point and an ace for Andrew Faust and the Falcons.
Yeah, good start there for the Falcons, getting off to a 2-0 lead.
Faust again. Curry blocked. And a nice save there from, that was Kanyerbach. Having a hard spike blocked. Shaw gives it to Fee. He dinks it over. 2 guys go for it. And Beck sends it over, and they're going to call it 3. It seemed as if it was to Neshaminy that their first bump, they both hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Faust, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Faust doesn't have the velocity that Riccardi does, but he does have the good efficiency on his serves here, for what I've seen.
Faust with the serve. In a tough spot. Amin able to send it over. Here's a spike for Billy Cavanaugh.
There we go.
4-0.
Great start from the Falcons here, just continuing what they did last set.
Faust. Oh, nice fake there from Kanyabach. Was going hard, ended up not so much, but this one into the net from Erkenbov, and a sub coming in. It's Daniel Zanibov coming in for Neshaminy, and Pennsbury up 5-0. Faust will serve for the 6th straight time. 5th straight, excuse me. Amin blocked in front. Forced to send it over. Cavanaugh, spike, and kill.
There we go. 6-point lead here for the Falcons.
And an early timeout called from Neshaminy. 6-0 the score.
Yeah, phenomenal start here from the Falcons. Just looking, they are just rolling, and vibes are high from last set. And Neshaminy has called a few timeouts. They called a few late timeouts last set, and an early timeout here. They're just looking a little off rhythm here, looking to get that back.
They're continuing what they did well in that first set. They're spiking well. They're serving well. And Neshaminy, not much they can do about it.
Nope.
Against the 10th ranked team in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Top 10.
6-0 your score. Andrew Faust will serve once again. Faust's serve is out of bounds. So the shutout is over.
Pennsbury's trying to argue that one, saying he touched it, but
Yeah, that was waste of
Yeah.
everybody's time.
yeah.
Here's Raj Amin with the serve. Sent right back over, and it's a cookie for Sagalev. I think I could have gotten a kill on how that one was set up.
Yeah.
There's Sagalev. Goes right over his head. Excuse me, that last point went to Kadyarvok. So, apologies. That goes to the senior. The senior opposite side hitter. Here's Curry. Blocked. Pennsbury able to keep it alive. Ball stayed, somehow that ball stayed alive. Riccardi.
Oh my
Lucas Riccardi
Wow.
with absolutely no regard for human life.
lord. Oh my god. That looked like it came out of a cannon.
Discussion in front, see if his head went over. Nothing comes of it. And it's Colton Fee that will serve for the Falcons. 8-2 the score. That one was tipped off the spike from Kagerbach. Nice pancake from Amin, keeping it alive. That one thinks over. Another dive from Amin. Blocked in front. And it hits the net. And it's a point for Neshaminy.
Yeah, Neshaminy is staying in it.
Eight 3 the score. Here's Beck. Questionable coming into this game. Somehow suiting up, but he gets a point.
Yeah,
Pennsbury kind of unable to develop anything there.
Beck looks a little banged up, but he is playing. Big game for him.
Kavanaugh. Nice dig there from Sagalev, and a point there for Pennsbury. It goes into the net.
Another 5-point lead here for Pennsbury. Just looking to maintain it and looking to win their second set in a row.
Declan Kavanaugh with the serve. Nice block in front for the Falcons. They'll try it again to Neshaminy, and they'll get it. Junior Daniel Zanyabov with the kill. And here's Kangervog. Gets an ace. Nicely placed serve. Had Kavanaugh kind of diving out for it.
Yeah, back and forth here at the Falcons' nest.
Shaw, Riccardi dinks it over and dinks it in. Four-point advantage for the Falcons. Billy Kavanaugh back to serve. Nice dinker there for Pennsbury. Ace for Billy Kavanaugh. I think they call that the bear shaker, the shake the bear or something.
Something like that. I like the celebration, though.
11-6 the score. Kavanaugh serves it again. That one out of bounds. That first one would have gone out of bounds if Neshaminy didn't put their hands up for it.
Yeah, got a little lucky on that first one, but not on that last one.
There's a looping serve. Pennsbury just sends it over. Here's a spike out of bounds. Too much from Zanyabov. Shaw serves it. Out of bounds. Close. But good eye from Neshaminy.
Almost touched there, but bench helped him out a little bit.
Neshaminy rocking red tops with yellow arrows going down the sleeves with the blue pants with the red skin on the side. Pennsbury in their traditional home whites, orange and black shorts. There's a hard spike from McCarty. Off Amin's head. And he'll go back and serve in the shorts. Well known here around campus. The left leg has an orange Pennsbury Falcon. The right leg has the face of Coach Justin Fee. Too much from McCarty. 13-9. They are some legendary pants.
They are. When did those, originate? Is that last year?
I believe last year. Hard spike. And an excellent execution from Kagerbach. Yeah, but on the shorts they have the long beard that Mr. Fee rocks, and he hasn't been rocking that for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's been since last year, so. That one was bumped into the ceiling and then in front of the net. No answer for the Falcons. And all of a sudden, we have a 2-point game. Pennsbury got off to that hot start, big lead, and
yeah. That last one was a tough one there when it goes off the ceiling. You don't know where it's going to go. Ball's moving every which way, and Falcons get the point there off of a tough serve, and it looks like got something going on the Neshaminy side. It's stretching out a little bit.
yeah, that's Sagalev, who has been, we noticed it earlier, but it's something with the hamstring. He's going to stay in there, though. Here's Faust. Nice. Kanyerbach with a beautifully placed thinker.
Yeah.
Nobody was able to get there.
Yeah, Kieran's going for the pancake there, and not even his arms were long enough.
Amin with the serve. Here's Fee with the spike right into Amin. This one's got to go over. It does. Shaw, Danbury, Kavanaugh. Blocked. Kavanaugh sends it back over. Kavanaugh, he gets it to fall. Dinked off the hands of Neshaminy in front. And it finds Wood.
That's a tough one for Neshaminy, trying to get the block there, but nothing you can do against Billy Kavanaugh.
There's Colton Fee with the serve. And it's an ace for Colton Fee. Colton Fee. Well, everyone else is shaking, getting the hips going in that ace celebration. Fee, he's having some trouble with the hips. So when he gets this ace right here, I was close to calling that.
You were. Very close.
Shaw makes up for it with tipping it over for the Pennsbury point.
Get the point nonetheless. And back to a 5-point lead for the Falcons.
17-12. Here's Colton Fee with the serve into the net. Here is Beck Bicevec. Kavanaugh. Shaw sends it over. Point goes to Neshaminy. Kavanaugh penalized. 3-point game. Here is Fee, just swan-like sending it over. It's a hard spike block. Kieran Shaw.
Falcons just got to keep doing what they're doing.
18-14. Here's Declan Kavanaugh bumped into the beam. Up in the ceiling. Kavanaugh with the spike.
Really good spike there. Able to put the Falcons up by 5 once again.
Billy Kavanaugh is second in kills on this Falcon team, and he's got a good amount of those here this afternoon. 19-14 the score. Here's his brother Declan. Shaw, spike. Goes into the Neshaminy bench.
A little long there.
$19-15 the score. Kavanaugh. Return by Neshaminy. Nice play by Declan Kavanaugh to dive for it, but unable to get it.
That one came over to me.
Yeah. Good play there from Cal Toter.
Yeah. Put me on the team. Put me on the squad.
Gave it to the wrong side, but...
Hey, Kieran was asking for it,
Yeah.
so, you know, I have to give it to him.
19-16. Riccardi. Blocked. Kavanaugh keeps it alive. Fee sends it over, but he was out of bounds. And monster block in front by that wall on the opposite side for the Neshaminy.
Yeah. That's scary, trying to block that.
There's a think in front from Kieran Shaw, just in front of that wall that the Neshaminy has set up. Pennsbury in the 20s now. Kavanaugh with the serve, just out of bounds. Close. We're setting up for a close one here, 2018. Nice play there, and it bounces in. Nice pancake from Lucas Riccardi. There's Kieran Shaw with the serve. 21-18 is the score. Nice dig from Shaw. Nice play from Beck, keeping that one off the ground. That one was going to go out, but Declan Kavanaugh kept it alive. And Pennsbury crosses over.
Good point for Pennsbury there. Putting them up by 4. And they are 3 away from winning this set.
It was El Sagarov that crossed over for the Neshaminy, but they get a point right back. Here's outside hitter sophomore Thomas Nice. Riccardi, monster spike, blocked and dinked over by Andrew Faust.
I don't know, was he meaning to do that? Or do you think he just missed it a little bit? either way, it worked out very well for the Falcons.
23-19 the score, and who else would you want back to try and ice a set out than Lucas Riccardi right now? Into the beam, back to Amin. Shaw, Fee, blocked and falls. Colton Fee puts the Falcons just 1 point away. From taking set number 3. Riccardi, high spiraling serve into the beam. Amin has to send it over, he will. Kavanaugh, Shaw, Riccardi, off of Beck, and it's a set victory for the Pennsbury Falcons.
There we go. Another set victory for the Falcons, putting them up 2-1, and that they looked just as good in that set, and able to get the win there, and just great all around volleyball.
It was a hot start for Pennsbury in that set. They went up 6-0. Neshaminy called their way back, but Pennsbury maintained the lead for the entirety of the third set, and now they look to close this one out here in the fourth set with a 25-19 win in set number 3. You are listening to the Pennsbury Athletics Network here on YouTube. Make sure to like the stream and subscribe so you won't ever miss a live Pennsbury stream. The Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank our sponsors for their continued support: the Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, the Retro Fitness, the ShopRite of Yardley, and what, Cal?
The U.S. Navy.
The U.S. Navy. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be back for set number 4 here live from the Falcons Nest. Pennsbury looking to close it out. You are listening to the Pennsbury Athletics Network. Set number 4 just about to get underway here. Pennsbury took set number 3. First set went to Neshaminy, 25-19. Pennsbury has won their last 2, 25-15, 25-19. Now here in set number 4, they look to take it.
Take it.
And it'll be Lucas Riccardi. He finished out the second set, and he'll begin the fourth. Or he finished the third set, he'll begin the fourth. That went into the beam. Curry able to send it over. Andrew Faust just missed it.
Jump was a little early. You know, Pennsbury really does have an advantage. They don't have to deal with that beam.
Declan Kavanaugh with a monster serve, perfectly placed, no answer for Neshaminy. Here's Faust with the serve. This one goes off the wrong end of the arm, but Neshaminy sends it over. Here's the set to Kavanaugh. This one right over the beam. That's a tough play from Beck. Beck, spike. Beck no longer wearing that.
Oh, he's got tape all over his arm, too.
Yeah, he's no longer wearing that libero white jersey, now in the red. This one gets sent over. Beck with the ace, 3-1, Neshaminy up. Kavanaugh, too much. Oh.
Oh, and they give the point to Neshaminy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they actually call them. I'm going to call them the line judge because that's what we call them in the NFL.
I mean, I would say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I'm going with the line judge. Called it in, and then the official overruled it to the dismay of head coach Fee.
Oh, I think
they're gonna talk about it.
I think they actually are called the line judges. I think he just yelled line judge.
And it seems as if the JV team yelling some stuff at the line judge, and
yeah,
just shows you why Pennsbury is the better school.
I mean, hey, can't disagree with you.
Shaw, Kavanaugh. That was quick.
Yeah.
Here's Fee with the serve. Just a little too much.
Little long.
(5-2) the score. Amin with the serve. Kavanaugh. Wow. A little too hard. Great start here for Neshaminy, up 6-2. They are taking advantage. Pennsbury is hitting a little long. That's a nice pancake. And an ace for Viraj Amin. Just tipped it over the net. And an early dominant start for Neshaminy. There's a perfectly placed spike from Declan Kavanaugh. Bounces over the head of our producer, Mr. Stymist. Mr. Stymist, an absolute warrior, took a ball to the dome pregame.
Yeah.
Unaffected by it. Sticking in there behind the computer. AZ concussed. We'll test him postgame. If that doesn't need to be tested, that's an ace for Declan Kavanaugh.
Give him a few concussion tests. I think he's all right, but you know,
he's fine. How many fingers do I have up, Mr. Thomas? 2. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
He is good.
Kavanaugh with the serve. Goes over. Didn't want it to. Fee in the air. Shaw over to Riccardi. Kind of an off-speed knuckler from Lucas Riccardi.
Yeah.
Just as effective.
Yeah, not much you can do there if you're in Neshaminy. You're expecting, that that hard, spike, and you get that, and it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you able to do?
That's out. Too much from Kagerbach.
And just like that, it is a 1-point game.
Yeah, Pennsbury got right back into this very quickly.
Yeah.
Here's Kavanaugh. Nice save there. Didn't want that one to go over. And they're going to give a point to to Pennsbury.
Tie ball game.
Sagalev put his hand over. Yeah, we're tied up at 7, just like that. Declan Kavanaugh looks to give the Falcons the lead. And he does. Not directly, but a infraction from Neshaminy gives Pennsbury an 8-7 advantage. Nice tip dinked. And nothing Danbury can do as he goes diving for it.
Great effort there by Danbury to try and save it, but not much you can do about that one.
Nice dig from Kavanaugh and Danbury. That one was punched over by Riccardi. Riccardi's spike was punched right back over, and
wow,
ball's going flying. What a save by Braden Danbury, flying to the corner. Riccardi blocked, and then a Neshaminy wall.
Danbury was all over the court on that one, going all out, but just not unable to get a point, and it goes to Neshaminy, and Neshaminy now has a 1-point lead.
There was a foul on Pennsbury. Not aware of the signal.
Nope.
But it's a Neshaminy point. 10-8 the score.
There's a point for Pennsbury.
Kagerbach served it into the net. So Pennsbury gives the Neshaminy point, and Neshaminy gives it right back. Kind of awkward, but it gets over for Neshaminy. Here's the dinker. That one blocked. And the Kavanaugh and Fee go diving for it, but unable to come up with it.
Great effort there by Kavanaugh and Fee, just unable to get the point for Pennsbury as the Neshaminy goes up by 2.
There's Erkenbach. Getting ready to serve. Riccardi.
Good kill there by Lucas Riccardi.
The Juniata commit. And now here's the Merrimack commit, who has 1,000 assists in his Pennsbury career. That one comes with a lot of velocity.
That was a rocket.
First time we've seen that from Beck all day. He's not wearing that libero jersey, so he can be now in front in his typical outside hitter spot. And that one goes off Shaw.
That's a tough one to handle there. A lot of velocity and
nicely placed by Andy Faust to get the Pennsbury point. Some subs coming out and coming in for Neshaminy. Here's Riccardi's windup. Nice play there. A little trickery from Sagalev. It wasn't initially supposed to get over, and then he tips it to the other side, and no response for Pennsbury. Nice play.
No one home over there to be able to get that one back over the net or set up a teammate.
Now Sagalev will go back and serve into the net. 14-12, Pennsbury leads. Here's Faust with the serve. Out. Good call from a Neshaminy player to let his teammates know. And here's Beck back to serve. Shaw. Beck saves it. Danbury. Fee spikes, tipped in front, up near the beam. And a nice, beautiful, just dumper there from Nurse Kagerbach.
Yeah, that was a great save by Beck there early in that one to be able to help his team get the point there. And
16-12, the score in set number 4. Kavanaugh off the hand of Amin and out of bounds.
A lot of velocity on that one to be able to get the point there for Pennsbury.
Colton Fee now back to serve. The junior opposite side hitter. Not enough. Amin's serve is also short.
Beck keeps massaging that right leg of his. Certainly not completely 100%.
Yeah, you have to
healthy.
think if this game is not against Pennsbury, if there's a thought. He would not be able to go today, but the Pennsbury and the Neshaminy rivalry, it's real. That one is tipped in front of the Pennsbury point.
Back to a 2-point game here.
Kavanaugh's serve tips off the top of the net. And it's Lucas Riccardi just thinking it in. 17-16. Karen Shaw having some words, changing some information to the official. And he'll call over his fellow referee.
Wonder what they're discussing here.
Maybe just to watch out for something.
That's what it seems like.
Pass to us right now, the man who makes things happen, Mr. Ruggieri. The leader of Pennsbury Athletics. I think I made him feel a little bit too good with that. He was just saluting to the crowd. The absolutely zero cheers he was receiving. Here's a spike block. Lucas Riccardi.
Electric from the Pennsbury Falcons here, able to tie this one back up. And, you know, great block there from Lucas. He's got an insane vertical jump.
Yeah, Riccardi's vertical is 42 inches in tryouts. He touched up to 11 feet and 4 inches. That one is just in. Yeah, I mean, that's disgusting. 14-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Got up to 11 feet.
How tall is he?
Second team all District 1 last season.
.6'1".
Here's Riccardi again, thinks it in. Shame it's got to be over, and it's off the beam.
The beam.
First time we've really seen the beam come into effect today, and it cost the Neshaminy a big point. We are
Huge
tied
point.
up at 18.
Yeah. It's hit off the beam a few times, so that's the first time it's really affected the team, giving them a point.
18 all. Here's Billy Cavanaugh
That rhymes.
to Beck. And a point to Pennsbury. Violation on Neshaminy.
1 point lead here for Pennsbury with Billy Cavanaugh back to serve.
Yeah, this is big. Pennsbury 6 points away from bringing this thing home. And there's an ace for Billy Cavanaugh. And a timeout called by Neshaminy. 2018 the score here from the Falcons. That's Pennsbury 5 points away from a big-time victory over the Neshaminy Skins.
Yeah. Big 2 points there from Pennsbury to take the lead and take the lead by 2.
The Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank our sponsors for their continued support. The Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services, if you're out of Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, the ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy.
Looks like baseball just got a big win. 6-1 win for the Pennsbury Falcons in baseball.
Yeah, big-time win. They were facing a very good pitcher, Waconsa Rock South, and a big win over there for them. Now, Pennsbury looking, everybody's winning today so far from what we know, and now the Falcons here in the nest looking to secure one. They're 5 points away from doing just that.
Indeed.
Cavanaugh with the serve. Hard spike. Woo! A lot of speed from Erkenbach.
Yeah.
And a yellow card to Pennsbury for language. And
I'm a little confused.
you know, I thought I knew a lot about volleyball. I've done a lot of volleyball games over the last 2 years. And that's the first time I've seen the yellow card busted out.
Mm-hmm.
But now you know. Yeah. Here's a bump that's going out of bounds. Fee running out into the bleachers, and we're knotted up at 20. Set number 4 coming down to the wire.
Here we go.
It'll be Nuris Erkenbach with the serve. Shaw over to Riccardi, blocked. And Faust can't recover.
And the lead back into Neshamany's hands. 3-point run there and a timeout from Pennsbury.
Things starting to fall apart here for Pennsbury. You got the yellow card, 3 straight points for Neshaminy. And now Fee looking to regroup his guys, down 1 here in the 4th set at the Falcons' nest. Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toder. And Cal, he would like to announce where he's going to college on air right now.
I will not be announcing.
Not yet.
I will not be announcing where I'm going yet. Maybe in the future. Maybe at a future broadcast.
He's got 3 weeks. And,
Decision day is coming up soon.
Mr. Steinmetz behind the computer, making things happen. 21-20. Score here in the 4th set. Neshaminy looking to force a first to 15, set number 5. Pennsbury looking to send us home. It's Erkenbach with the serve for Neshaminy. Riccardi with the bump. Faust with the kill. Tie game.
Perfectly placed assist there from Kieran Shaw to get the spike from Andrew Faust.
Kieran Shaw with the serve into the net. A rare mistake from Kieran Shaw gives Neshaminy a 22-21 advantage. And who's serving? Thomas Nice.
That's a tough one there. And
Nice choice.
Thomas Nice, nice choice. All right.
Here's Nice. Kavanaugh, Shaw, Riccardi digs it. Erkenboff saves it over to Max Curry. Dug out by Declan Kavanaugh. Shaw sends it over. Beck. Out of bounds.
Wow.
Very close.
Very, very close.
But no argument from Neshaminy. We're tied back up at 22.
I think we are.
There we go.
There it is. 22-22.
Riccardi serves.
That's
In.
Wow.
Big time ace from Lucas Riccardi. The team leader in aces forces a timeout from Neshaminy.
And we have a timeout.
23-22 the score. Now Pennsbury looking to close this out here in the fourth set. They will be 8-0 for the second straight season. Neshaminy looking to go 9-0 on the verge of their first loss. And Pennsbury, they're ranked 10th in the state. They've been showing it over the past 3 sets. And why they are ranked so high and so well respected in the state of Pennsylvania. District champs last year, went deep in states, and now they have a chance to really set the tone. Here, still in the earlier portions of the spring season, as we now kind of verge into, I guess you could say, the middle part. I think we're nearly halfway through the season already.
Yeah.
Here's Riccardi with the serve into the beam. Nice adjustment from Neshaminy. That one is out of bounds.
Pennsbury is 1 point away from sending us home.
Sagalev tried to get it over, but he hit it just a little hard, and it's Lucas Riccardi looking to put the icing on the cake and advance the Falcons to 8-0 on the season. Riccardi wind up and the serve is a lot of speed and out of bounds. And the Pennsbury Falcons take set number 4, 25-22, and remain undefeated in 2025.
What a win from the Falcons to be able to stay undefeated and, keep that title of number 10 in the state, true. And, a really good game. Neshaminy, a really good team, undefeated up until this game. Looked like a tough team in the beginning, and, a great win from Pennsbury, able to pull this one out.
Lucas Riccardi, we're going to give him our fake player of the game. We don't have a
team of the world,
Lucas Riccardi, we're going to give him our player of the game. Maybe we'll try and get an interview with him. Cal, you can go do that. But Riccardi, big-time plays, got the serve to end it, had a bunch of key blocks, and a great game all around from Lucas Riccardi, who gets our player of the game. Good stuff, as always, from Karen Shaw and others.
Yep.
In a big time. When you have to think, if Beck Basic, if he was at full strength, if this game would be any different, Cal.
I think it would. We saw what Beck can do. This was him injured. Imagine him healthy, and him injured, he still played really well. And Neshaminy looks like a team that you do not want to mess with. And, if once they get Beck fully healthy, once they get their team fully healthy, they are going to look like a pretty good squad. But, Falcons pulling out the win here and looking good.
Pennsbury 8-0. Neshaminy drops down to 8-1 on the season. Pennsbury back home on Thursday hosting the Cheltenham Panthers. The Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank our sponsors once again and one final time for their continued support. Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jeremy Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, the ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. This has been Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toter with Mr. Stymus behind the camera. Pennsbury Falcons finish up on top of Neshaminy. Neshaminy took set 1, 25-19. Falcons sweep it all the way, 25-15, 25-19, and finish out with a 25-22 win in 4 sets. Thank you all for watching the Pennsbury Athletics Network, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Goal season number 1. That's impressive. You did all that while cleaning up. What? That's impressive. You did all that while cleaning up. How's Penn State?